You may have picked up your phone and looked at band for our class and thought, oh my goodness, I've got like 20 messages in there, and been a little overwhelmed about what to do with all those messages. And then you open them like, that's not useful, not useful, not useful, not useful. And then they're done, and maybe there was one useful in there, but you didn't see it quickly because there were so many other messages that didn't apply to you. It was just random things that people had posted. This chat or this video right now is to help you to set your settings, or at least guide you to information about how to set your settings so that you won't have that situation. So you will get the notifications that are useful for you and nothing else. That's the goal, is to cut out all that extra noise in the background that doesn't apply to you. So here's how we're going to do that. First, I am going to share my screen here with you, so you will see band settings and tips. I'll make that a little bit bigger for you. So there we go. So this is a slideshow that I put together about how to set your band so that it will only give you notifications that you are interested in. It also has some other tips and pointers there, how to record a voice recording, just general things with band. If you do have other questions about band, you can ask them to me, and it's possible that I will add them to this as people ask questions. Oh, that's a good thing, it needs added, and this is where it'll be. So let's dig in. I'm not going to go through all the step-by-step with you. This is posted within our class band. It should be near the top, most likely. And you can click on it and you can get into this exact slideshow and do the step-by-step. Right now, I'm just going to show you what's in there. The first thing are the recommended settings for group members. That would be you. There's also some recommendations later in the slideshow for the administrator, which would be me. If you ever start your own band thing, you're welcome to use those as well. The goal of our using band in class first is to help us connect voice to voice. We don't see each other in class as in the same way, or even if we do, this can be used to supplement that if we see people, but it gives more voice. We teach, it's a speaking listening class. We don't want to be texting all the time as our communication. We want to be speaking. So that is one reason I wanted to switch to band and use these. And we do want to get rid of, like I said on the second point, minimizing irrelevant distractions. We would like to be able to have you get what you need, and other things are available, but the things that are most important jump out to you. So here we go. The first one that it's up to you which of these you use. These are my recommendations because it's how I like my phone. You may like your phone differently. The first one is directions on how to completely silence band. My phone rarely makes a noise. I have my alarms turned on, so if I need an alarm, but if someone calls me, it may not ring. I'll get it, I'll see maybe it's ringing, or I'll just call you back. If people text me, it does not beep. If people leave any messages on band, it is completely silent. I notice when I look at it, one of the goals of band is that you're not always getting beeped. I would say that's a goal of the phones, is I don't want constant beeping. I want to be able to be with my family. I want to be able to do what I do. And when it's time for me to say, okay, it's time to work, it's time to answer questions, whatever, then I go and I see what's there. It's not constantly in my just beeping and calling me my attention away. So right here, there are directions on how to completely silence band. So just as a general, it will not make any noise at all. The second page here is turning off band promotions. If you've been on band for any amount of time, you've probably gotten irritated, or at least gotten a lot of, even if you're not irritated by them, lots of promotions. It's not necessarily advertisements even. It's just random information that band is sending out, different things. And you can turn those off so that you will only get the messages that are relevant to our class, or if you're in another band or some just relevant things. You won't get those notifications and stuff from band itself that don't apply to you. So this gives directions for turning all of those off. The next page is recommended settings for our class band. So if you go into our class, these settings are geared to have it so that in general, this needs to be done before the next slides. The way I like to have band set up is that you will get notifications if I send you a message on the main page, and that you won't get notifications from anybody else. You're welcome to check. They'll still be there. You can see what others posted, but it's not going to beep every time that someone leaves a comment or posts something that doesn't apply to you. But my announcements, I do want you to still get those notifications. So this is my recommended settings for doing that, okay? Once you have that done, you can change the notifications for a specific chat. And the directions are here for that. Basically, my recommendation is here at the bottom, is that you turn off notifications for almost every chat that you're in. If it's a group chat that's a larger group, like our whole class or whatever, my recommendation is that you turn off those notifications, because most of the things that happen in those chat rooms are going to be people talking with each other, asking a quick question, answering it, and you don't need to be notified every time someone posts in there. However, if you have an individual chat with one person or maybe a group of 2 or 3 people, that you may want notifications for that because it's more likely to apply to you. So for those, you might enable silent notifications. I don't do a full turn on of notifications for anything. Again, I don't want my phone making noise. I like silence on my phone. I want to check it when I have time. So that's my preference. If you have any other questions or suggestions for things I put in the slideshow, let me know. But that being said, I do have some tips. Above was the notification settings. Here's some tips. One tip is how to talk using your voice in a chat. I know we're used to texting our chats, and you don't talk, you just text it out and it's gone. This gives the information about how to use your voice to give a chat. You can also change your name. If you put your name in and you look at, like, maybe put your last name, and you know no one in our class knows you by your last name, or you wrote your name in your language and no one can read that. It'd be nice if we know who you are. So this gives information about how to change your name to your English name that would show up, and all your classmates and I will know. There's also one for how to add a picture to your profile so we can see you. Sometimes people don't know everybody's name. They're not sure, who am I writing to there? But when they see, oh yeah, I know that classmate, I know that person, great. And it helps people to feel more connected if they can picture who you are. So that'd be great if you can do that. You can also add a link to our class band on your home screen. I actually did that, so I just click on that. It takes me directly to our class band, and here's directions for how to do that. Again, if you have any other suggestions, questions, let me know. At the end, as I mentioned, there are this is how I have it set from an administrative standpoint, at least roughly. I may have tweaked some of these since I made the slideshow. But these are my suggestions for if you are setting up your own band, what has worked well for me with this band and another band that I'm the administrator for that is unrelated to Tri-C. So that's that. And anything else to share? There are still things I'm still working on and get directions out there. So, all right. There we go. So I hope that's helpful to you. Again, the goal is not to overwhelm you with information, but to get you the info that jumps out to the top, and most importantly, that you really need, and everything else is there. So I encourage you, jump into those other chats, listen to what people are saying, join the conversation, but you don't necessarily need a notification for those because they're not urgent most of the time. So have a great day.